What was one of the craziest foods you had on your mission?
Craziest food that I had was definitely this thing called chash. And what that is, it's bone marrow soup. They put cow stomach and cow bones in the soup until it sucks all the marrow out of the bones. They pull the bones out and then they feed it to you.
What was one of the craziest or most dangerous experiences you had?
One of the craziest experiences was, let's see, this kid stole my watch, and it was just like, because I didn't understand the language, he asked for my watch, and my trainer told me to give it to him. I didn't understand what was going on. He's just like, let him see your watch, and I did, and then he ran away with it.
What was one of the most spiritual experiences you had, or time you felt the Spirit the strongest?
I love when people are feeling the Spirit. We had a meeting with a man. It was the first time we were meeting with him in this new city, and then he was praying, and then he said he just felt the Spirit come down on him and come over. He said he felt it like a fire, like a warm water being poured over his back. And I just remember that being such a special experience, and just being the start of a set of spiritual experiences with him. And I can remember that so clearly, just that first spiritual experience with him.
What was a funny language mistake you made, or another missionary made, if you can remember?
Well, in Armenian, if you don't conjugate the verb to have right, you will be saying a very, 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 very offensive swear word in a swear verb. So if you say to have wrong, you will be saying a different verb. And so I had a companion that we were in a lesson accidentally said that they would do that, and I was like, no.
One of the greatest life lessons you learned on your mission?
And the greatest life lessons I learned is just to really rely on the Lord, and to expect Him to come through for you with miracles, and to answer your prayers. And He doesn't do miracles just so that we can see amazing things done. He does them because we need them. We need His help. We can't do it without Him. And the only way to be successful is to rely on the Lord and to really give our full trust to Him.
What was one of the best skills you gained from your mission?
I think one of the best skills I gained was just the ability to learn and to develop new skills. Like, they drop us into an area kind of with just with our companion, and we don't have anything else, and so it's really just up to us to figure out how to do missionary work, figure out how to be successful, obviously with revelation, but that's still a learning process. And so the biggest thing I learned was how to get that direction I needed.
Most extreme weather
Was on my second day. This is the worst rainstorm I had ever seen in Armenia, and we were caught in the middle of the open, and so we just got poured on. Huge lightning storm in the middle, and rainstorm where there was a bolt of lightning so loud that it set off all the car alarms nearby where we were, and just like in 2 seconds we were just drenched and the streets were flooding, and it was awesome.
What was one of the hardest things you went through on your mission?
I think one of the hardest things I went through was in the city Yerevan, was just with the branch that was struggling, and that we were doing everything we could. We were fasting, we were praying, but things were just still struggling, and it was just a very hard period of sometimes the Lord tests your patience before things go well, and even after that, and things don't go as well as they would like, it doesn't mean that the Lord wasn't there. But I just had a very long period of that there, and that was the hardest experience.
Best piece of mission prep advice you could give?
The best piece of mission prep advice I can give is to gain a testimony of the Book of Mormon. And not only the testimony, because I had a testimony before I left on my mission, but you should pray about the Book of Mormon and ask whether or not it's true, and get an answer. And even if you feel like you're not getting an answer before your mission, keep asking, because you have a right to it. The Lord will answer that prayer. For me, it was like, how can I go on and tell people that you can pray and receive an answer if I haven't prayed and received an answer myself? It was such a huge, powerful experience to be like, I know that you can gain a witness of the Book of Mormon because I read it, I prayed about it, and I received an answer. That was one of the strongest supports to me on my mission, was that moment when the Lord answered my prayer. And that's one of the best pre-mission advices I can give. Get that witness, get that answer from the Lord that it's true.
Best advice you could give to someone just getting home from their mission, a return missionary?
I know it's hard coming home from the mission and hard to keep contact with people, but that's been one of the most rewarding things I've had since coming home, is just keeping contact with everyone. The world is more connected now than it's ever been, with Skype and with the internet, Facebook. We can keep in touch with them, and it helps me out so much to stay in contact with them, and it helps them that they don't forget us, and we can't forget them. And if we love them, then should still keep in contact with them. We should still talk to them, because they make up some of the most significant parts of our lives. We shouldn't just let it go. We should just let those connections go, because those are eternal friendships, and we can still help each other despite not being there.